Of the features of the animal kingdom. So ra go bua ka like the tsone one the features like sort of describe the animal kingdom. In other words, ga ke sa batle go ira kana go etsa complicated. So we start with what you call cell organization. Again, worry. If we can describe the cell organization of the animal kingdom, like the cells of the animal kingdom, the organize it young. How can we can say like this? It's a description of such cells. So we talk about multicellular and say the cell organization of animal kingdom is multicellular. Like so re bua ka dilo tse jaaka bo eukaryotic. Eukaryotic, you say that the cells of the animals, they are going to have nucleuses inside. We bua ka like no cell wall, like they don't have a cell wall. So point that thing to let's say the point is a cell organization. That's why we say that no, these are the features of the animal kingdom. Re bua gape ka development. How do they develop? Let us describe how do they develop. At first we discussed on its cell organization and say that they are multicellular, they are eukaryotic, and they don't have what cell wall. But its development, we say that the animals, they share a similar embryonic morphology and development. It means their steps of developing, they are similar. So they are developing Rochana. Do you understand? So all animals have developmental genes that determine animal structure called Hox genes. So we can say that these genes, like the Hox genes or the sequences of Hox gene and their position on chromosomes, are similar across animals. The reason why animals they have to transform at the same stage or same time, like that development, is because of similar Hox gene. Like I gave example of speed. I say, like it's not like in the past I wrote about bana ba tsoma or the homo habilis or homo australopithecus bana ba tsoma ba lexa diphologolo. A so diphologolo ne sna lebelo. Wa bona that difference was teng gompieno ke difference was teng ne le teng ka bogologolo. Like even us, the more gompieno ana the more botlhale jwa batho bo ya go gym, that's genes ke tla diphologolo di ya go gym. Understand? Yes. So these are the things that you need to understand, that our development genes they are similar. Okay. Like the more anything that is going to happen to monkeys, seeing that the monkeys are developing, although is not noticeable to see us developing, but you know that scientists are saying that we are busy developing again. So we can say that they've undergone at least 2 duplication events during animal evolution. Like since animal evolved, these Hox genes have developed or evolved 2 times for the whole animals. Mean that the Hox, like you are in a same generations of these Hox or homogenes again. Yes. So these additional genes allowed for more complex body types to evolve. That's what we are having. So we are going to look at the feature movement and sensibility. The first feature is cell organization. The second feature is development. Okay. So the third feature is movement and sensibility. Now you have to describe the animals in terms of movement and sensibility. So the third feature is movement and sensibility again. So animals possess unique cells. The nerve cells are for coordination again. Then the muscle cells are for motility, meaning that the nerve cells and muscle cells, they work together to produce what? Locomotion, which is movement again. So evolution of nerve tissues and muscle tissues resulted in animals' unique ability to rapid sense and respond to changes in the environment. These are absent in fungi and animals. In that, like this, the feature of movement and sensibility, like ours is advanced, little bit advanced, high saturated generator, which are still, although they are just shaking, but they still have that sensile nature, like that's not bound to something. So another feature is mode of feeding. I hope you know that they're heterotrophs. Again, yes. So they eat, they ingest, like they are nourished. They have that sense of liking food, but others they just diffuse it through. Actually, we say that other animals still possesses those ancient characteristics. So they have to first absorb. After they absorb, they do whatever. The parazoa, again, like the sponge. So they feed, like again, feeding others that they feed on flesh, that carnivores. Others that herbivores, they feed on plants. Others that omnivores, they eat plants and animals. Again, yeah. Others are detrivores. They eat dirty things, small pieces of dirty things. Yeah. So, but what differentiate now animals from fungi, from plants? Like all the multicellular, the eukaryotic, you see. But now what is going to differentiate them? Animals that are heterotroph, plants are autotroph. So autotroph means that plants, they have ability to make their own food. Animals, they don't have ability to make own food. If you say you don't have ability to make own food, like animals, they can't turn carbon into food. They can't turn carbon or into carbohydrates. Okay, but plants can turn carbon into carbohydrates. So there's the skill, that like the mechanism that plants have advanced more than animal. The same way we have advanced more in locomotion and sensing, seeing, because like animals, from all the living things, animals are the only living things which have a good sense of analyzation, evaluation, because we think. Okay, even goats sometimes they know that if I go this way, if I sit this thing, I run this way. Like we are better in terms of that, okay, as compared to other features, and that's why we have an eye. But these things, yes, the world is still evolving. Maybe some 5 million years ago, plants were having eyes too, or they'll be moving too. Because this is a world of evolution. Yeah, so that reproduction, you need to know that although others can be asexual, like sponge have other characteristics. If you can sponge this that they evolutionarily dead, and the animals which still possesses the ancient characteristics of animals. So, but for reproduction to take place in an animal, a zygote need to be formed, meaning that a male gamete and a female gamete have to what? Fuse. They have to fuse together. They have to fuse together. So we can say that the animal reproduction and development, we say that 3 cell divisions transform a single cell zygote into an 8-cell structure. So let us follow it up now. How does it happen? I saw it somewhere in notes. So a male gamete and a female gamete, they mix, they fuse, they form a zygote. After a zygote has been formed, 3 divisions are going to take place on what? On a zygote to form what you call an 8-celled structure. Okay, step number 3. Step number 1, fusion. Number 2, formation of a zygote. Number 3, divisions of a zygote to form what? An 8-celled structure. Then, after further cell division and rearrangement of existing cells, a 6 to 32 celled hollow structure called the blastula is formed. So the blastula is going to be formed after what? 8-celled structure. Then you have a blastula. So a blastula is formed by a series of what? Division cells again. So you have formed a blastula. So next, the blastula undergoes further division and cellular rearrangement during a process called gastrulation. So after the blastulation, there's gastrulation. A gastrula is being formed. Again, a gastrula is being formed, in which future digestive cavity is formed. Like from this, the gastrula. This way now you are going to have those a the cavities which are going to be there. Okay, so different cell layers called germ layers are formed during gastrulation. Okay, germ layers are formed during what? Gastrulation. Like from the blastula you have gastrulation, which a gastrula has been formed. So in this gastrula, gastrula is just that home, which now you're going to have some layers which are going to develop on top of it. Okay, these are called the germ layers. So these germ layers are programmed to develop into certain tissue types, organs, and organ systems during a process called organogenesis. So what we are having, we say that we will be having a fertilization, blastulation, blastula, gastrula, organogenesis is what we're going to have. So organo, it means organ. Okay. Genesis means starting. So organs are going to be starting in that home. So you can see that these are the features of the animal kingdom. So for me to recap the features of the animal kingdom, we say that you have the cell organization. Okay. How can you describe animals in terms of their cell? You say that they are multicellular, they are eukaryotic, they also do not have a cell wall. We talk about development and say that their embryonic development is the same. It's the same. Like the same way that we develop, it's the same way chickens develop, and the same way fish develop. So it is similar. It might not be the same, like 100%, but it's going to be similar. The process, like you can see, it's whenever gastrulation, or blastulation, like organogenesis, you can easily see them to those animals which have developed in terms of the organ, but others still not organ, which are still multicellular tissues. They are similar processes, but although they are much complex, but they are similar. So we talked about their movement and sensibility. You say that they have nerve cells. Okay. You need to know about. You're going to talk about cephalization. Cephalization is the formation of this upper part, like the brain and all that. Like we had that we went through that cephalization, especially the phylum of Chordata, Ichodumata, and those, I guess those phylums, the latest ones, they are good in that. So others like animal reproduction and also the process and need to know the diagram. It's just appreciate it all one